Hey everybody, it's Lou. Welcome back to another episode of LMTV and Off-Grid Adventures. In this episode, I wanted to kind of go over some of the things I've been running into with regards to different products that I'm putting into the RV and also costs associated with RV specific type items, so-called. And that I'm finding out they're not worth what you're paying for, and you can get a better quality product for a lot less of a cost at most of your local home improvement stores in your area. A lot of people think that you need to buy specific RV style lights, which is just a 12-volt bulb in this plastic housing, and some of those are running as much as $20 for that light, which doesn't throw out a whole lot of light in the first place. And you go to the local RV shop, and of course they push this is what you need, because again they're out to make some money, and I can understand that. But again, for what you're getting and what you're paying for, there's a lot of other better options out there. I happen to pick up this here. This is an LED light that was sold by Home Depot. I'm not affiliated with Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, or any of the home improvement stores in the area. But I paid $20 for this light here. It does work off of 110. And for most of us, we are putting inverters into your RVs, and they're running off of 110 no matter what. Anyway, even if you did have a solar charge system that converts it from 12 or 24 to the 110. So for the quality of what this is, and the fact that it's the same cost, it's LED, it doesn't use anywhere near as much volts and watts from what I could understand in the calculation, than what that 12 volt is. And the other thing too is it wasn't getting as hot, I noticed, then as the 12 volt. So again, I just think for quality, the amount of light this was throwing out, and also what you were paying for, this was a better bang for the buck. Now the other thing I wanted to go over too is a lot of people have asked me, are you wiring this thing or plumbing this thing with RV products, or what are you using in it? And quite honestly, I'm using just regular household items. Plumbing, I'm using just your straight PEX type tubing. I do have 3 different rolls of this, white, red, and black, which I'm finding that, it's cheaper to buy it in bulk like this, again, at your local home improvement store. And it's perfect quality. I'm using normal standard plumbing connections, so I can easily make a repair out on the road if I had to, and not have just a specific RV item that you'd have to pick up from an RV supplier, which, again, if you're in an area that there's not one around, you're kind of stuck in a situation. So why not use something from a local hardware store that's a regularly stocked item that you can just pick up really cheap, do your repair, get back on the road. The other thing I've noticed too, like for instance, this came from an RV store. There is no difference in this, that it stated marine and RV, but it's a wet location GFCI that you can pick up again at any local hardware store for about $5 less than what this cost was. I mean, they want $22 for just a regular, 20 amp, 125 volt GFCI, which I've never heard of this company in the first place. And on top of that, you can go to any of those stores and pick up Levitron, GE, any of those regularly named electrical products for less than the cost of that. This was another plate I picked up at the same store, and this product, again, it's just a simple wall plate. They sell these for about 69 cents at those major home suppliers, and here at the RV store they're wanting $2 and $3 a plate. So again, I think a lot of times these companies are using RV or camper to their advantage and marking up their prices in order to make quite a bit more money on a product that, in my opinion, and it's strictly just my opinion, there's no need for it. Now, One thing for lighting I did pick up, which isn't specific to RVs, and this is from a company called FlexFire. It's rope lighting. I paid just a little bit under $100 for the whole setup with a remote. There's a little dimmer, that little white thing inside the bag there besides the dimmer switch. That's the actual dimmer mechanism. It's all electronic. But the whole thing with extra splice-in wiring, so I can literally take that wire, cut that between the LED diodes, place it anywhere I want, and that whole system is completely dimmable. I mean, I can bring it right down to very little light or all the way up to full brightness, and it's a nice soft white that's in the truck. I've tested it out. Once we get to the point to where I'll put this in, this will actually be kind of hidden up behind an area so you don't see too much of the actual roping. You just see the light emitting from the areas. The other thing I picked up for the sink, sorry about that, the sink. I paid 30 bucks for this 12-inch bar sink. And when I was looking online for the RV sinks, I mean, we're talking as much as $100 to $200 for pretty much the same size. It says 15 by 15, but when you actually do all the real dimensions, it comes out to just a little bit over 12 inches. Nice quality sink for what you're needing it for. It's just a simple get in there, rinse off whatever you're doing, fill a glass of water, finish it. You're obviously not going to be sitting in the kitchen for a long time. But again, just wanted to show you all where you could save some money on some product and not get into something that's going to cost you a ridiculous amount of money when you can find it for a lot cheaper. That's one thing I am finding out when I'm building this RV. So with that being said, I hope this helps some people out in the different types of product that is out there that's a lot less of a cost from your local retailer. Again, I'm not affiliated with any of these companies. This is my 2 cents as to what I think would help people save some money, get what they're trying to get accomplished, and be happy with it. So keep watching the episodes. We'll have more to come as we're working on the build. We've gotten a few things done, and we'll get with that in another episode. I'll also be going over some other products that I've recently got in that, again, I'm not affiliated with the company whatsoever, but I am going to do my own personal review on it, and I hope it helps you out. One of the products is called the Cubic Mini Wood Stove. I've talked about it before. Again, I'm not affiliated with the company whatsoever, but cool little wood burning stove to put inside RVs, sailboats, even in your house, small little cabin, whatever. And again, I'll get into that into another episode. We just got all that in with the different components that came with it. Pretty cool looking little wood stove. It's going to be one of the heat sources inside the truck, as well as with propane, because a lot of people, if you are an RVer or in the RV life or van life, you notice when you use propane, you get a lot of condensation buildup on your windows and other areas of the your RV, your van. So this will be an alternative source of heat with a dry heat and not so much a damp heat that's going to be in there. But again, we'll get into that in another episode. If you all have any questions, comments, please feel free to leave them. Shoot me a message. I'll get back to them as quick as I can. I hope this was helpful. And if you all ever want to get a hold of me, just shoot me a message. I'll be more than happy to send you the information on how to get a hold of me, and we'll be more than happy to chat. Have a great afternoon. Talk to you soon.